Hey guys, today we're going to do a review of Monday Night Raw from July 27th, 2009. And we're going to start off with this huge paragraph that he wrote down. So I guess I'll just read it off. Here. So I guess I'll just read it and we'll move from there. And the guest host for Raw was Shaquille O'Neal. Just in case you didn't know. Can you stop, please? Thank you. Alright, here goes the paragraph. Jerry the King Lawler introduces the guest host, who was Shaquille O'Neal. Then Shaq announces a 5-man beat-the-clock challenge with the man that beats the opponent the fastest is going to face Randy Orton at SummerSlam. And the 5 people are Triple H, MVP, Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, and John Cena. Then Chris Jericho comes out to talk about how Kobe is the most dominant player and Shaq burned him up. That doesn't make sense. Then Y2J introduces the Big Show, and the Big Show tells Shaq to get out of the ring. Then Shaq challenges Big Show to a fight. Then Big Show turns down the fight, so Shaq makes a match. Big Show and Y2J versus Crime Time with special guest outside enforcer Shaq. Moving on to the first match, which was one of the 5 beat the clock matches, which was Mark Henry versus Carlito.
What the crap?
You were gone. Mark Henry won, and his time was 6 minutes and 49 seconds.
Okay, 6 Diva Tag Team match. Gail Kim, Mickie James, and Kelly versus Beth Phoenix, Rosa Mendez, and Alicia Fox. Winner is Mickie James, Kelly, and Gail Kim.
Alright, the next match was...
This is funny.
Or it wasn't a match, but it was Michael Cole backstage. Hey, don't tell me. Michael Cole backstage with Shaq, and he's being interviewed, and Hornswoggle comes in and tries to dunk on this goal that's like this tall, and he misses the dunk and like falls back on his back.
Let me show you.
This is not necessary.
Okay. Okay, I have some questions about this. MVP versus Chris Masters. Okay, Chris Masters has been gone for a long time. Chris Masters has been gone for a long time, but when he returned, it wasn't like any big deal or anything. They were like, oh, now Chris Masters. So, and it was a big deal to me. Like, I thought it was really cool, but... And winner was nobody, but it was a double count out.
So MVP was out of the race for the thing with Randy
Yeah.
The next was Kofi Kingston versus the Brian Kendrick, and the winner was Kofi Kingston. That's all it says about that. And then Triple H was on his way like out to the ring when Ted DiBiase like hits him with the pole backstage, like in the back of the knee.
Okay, Triple H versus Cody Rhodes. Winner, nobody. Triple H ran out of time to beat him, so I was very happy about that, actually.
Then Shaq and Santino were backstage playing Scrabble, and Crime Time comes in to talk. And then it was Chavo versus Hornswoggle once again, after like, how many times? 4 or 5 times. But this time Chavo had to wear a bag over his head.
It was like a big black bag.
And Hornswoggle won that too.
Of course. Okay. Randy Orton backstage with Jack Swagger and Mark Henry. They just talked about, Mark Henry was like, oh, my time, he was in there first, and he's like, oh, my time was
6:49.
No, wait, Jack Swagger was in there first, and he said, well, you better get ready for my match next, because, and so, like, Jack Swagger's match, and he was pretty much telling Randy to get ready for his match at SummerSlam, because it's going to be him versus him, but that's what he thought. And then Mark Henry comes in and talks about how his time, 6:49, was so good, and that's going to be his opponent at SummerSlam, so. And then Jack Swagger versus Evan Bourne, winner Evan Bourne, so that means Jack Swagger's out of it. Which I really think Evan Bourne needs to get a chance at something, but...
Then was Josh Matthews backstage interview with Triple H. And then The Miz versus John Cena with Randy Orton wins ringside, and John Cena won with 2 minutes and 21 seconds remaining, I think is what that is. And so John Cena is going to face Randy Orton at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship.
Special guest enforcer Shaquille O'Neal versus Chris Jericho and the Big Show. Chris Jericho and the Big Show versus Crime Time. winner, nobody. Shaq came out in the ring, and Shaq got into the ring, and
Well, actually, Chrome Tom won. He disqualified Big Show.
Oh, my bad. And then Shaq gets into the ring, and Big Show and Shaq, they like push each other a little bit, and then like slap each other in the face, and then they start like both to get in like this. So they just were kind of like
Like a double choke slam, but they didn't actually do the choke slam.
yeah. So the question of this video is,
what do you think about Chris Masters' return to the WWE, and do you think he's going to be around for a while? And
what's going on with that, if you know. So thanks for watching. See you next time.